Alright, so you had a great weekend, you did some ATVing, you got it muddy, and you bashed it up a little bit. You've got it nice and clean. Now what? Well, you're not done. If it was super dusty, you should probably pull the air filter out and at least blow it off, perhaps wash it out and re-oil it. A little bit of spray-on oil. I'll show you that in a second. What else do you need to do? There's 16 grease nipples on this. That should be done after a hard ride or after pressure washing it. Of course, don't pressure wash too hard. You're going to do some damage to some stuff. But after pressure washing it, from my own knowledge, you know, this area gets caked in mud. You hit it with the pressure washer, you get all the mud off, and you've forced water down into where the grease goes. So you got to throw some fresh grease in there. All right, I'll show you the grease, and then I'll show you where all the nipples are. So the kind of grease I use is marine grease. I choose marine grease because, yeah, the ATV goes in and out of water sometimes, and it resists breaking down. So I also use this in my box trailer bearings and my boat trailer bearings, and on my outboard, of course. So marine grease is what I use. Use what you feel like. You will also need a grease gun with some sort of extension. I recommend a hose. The longer the hose, the better. And obviously a fitting on the end. Different kinds of fittings. This one is your standard one. It works for me. Now, where are the grease nipples? Let's take a peek. So this is a 2018 CanAm Outlander 570 Max. It's an L. And so in the rear, you've got 3 nipples on each side. So there's one here. If we follow it down, there's one here. And the third one, actually, where do we get to it? I think it's from the front. Nope, the back. The third one is right here. So you've got 3 on each side of the rear. Okay, so 3 and 3 is 6. If we come around to the front, on the front, we have 4 on each side. So we're looking at 1 here, 1 here, 1 up here, and 1 down there. Okay, so there's 4 on each side, so that's another 8. So 6 and 8, what's that equal? 14. All right. The front nipples, they actually need to be greased from the opposite side. So to do the right hand grease nipples, you gotta do them from the left hand side. Okay, sometimes you need 3 hands. So where are the other 2 nipples? Rear drive shaft. Okay, so if we come underneath, there's 1 right here. That needs to be wiped off with a paper towel, and that's at the back U-joint of your rear drive shaft. And the same thing on the front. It is hiding up. Ooh, extreme close-up. Wayne's World. Wayne's World. There it is there. I think you can see it. So there's 2 on the drive shaft. 16 in total. So now on this past weekend, we went out and we bumped a few rocks. I have no skid plates, but you know, they're designed well. And I got a few spots where I've put a little bit of fresh scratches on here. You can see I've got a little tiny bit of rust. Now I do ride this ATV in the winter, and it might experience a little bit of salt in the winter, and I'm super careful to hit that with a bit of rust check, or actually, yeah, that's mostly what I do. It's a bit of the red rust check, and give her a little coat anywhere that you've scraped some paint off. All right. Or you can do what some guys do and sand it down and paint it, but you can easily make it last 15 years if you look after it. A little bit of rust check here and there. This is a good time to check your brake pads. Pull 1 wheel off. Check 1 on each side. All right, that's all there is to it. Greasing it is totally doable by yourself. It does not take an expert. Oh, let's see if I can find the stuff I use for the air filter here. Follow me. So the air filter stuff is literally the stuff you get from the local dealership. So here is Fab 1 spray-on filter oil. It came in a 2-pack for like 20 bucks, and then air filter cleaner. And this is only for the foam that's on the outside of the cartridge. The cartridge, all you need to do is blow it off with an air compressor, blow it out from the inside out, and you're set. What else is there? I think that's about it. And if you need any more guidance on how to do the front, the rear diff, the gearbox, and the oil change. I've got a couple videos on that. They're fairly old. Look through it. So yeah, look after your stuff. It'll look after you. My gosh, if something went down here this past weekend, we were in the thick of it. Pretty rocky trails. I've taken on a little bit of rim rash this weekend. I'm not sure if that's new or old, but it's definitely unavoidable where we were. There's one stretch called Boulder Dash. It's called Boulder Dash because you have no choice but to touch boulders here and there and take on a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's definitely new. All right, have fun, good luck, be safe.